We're back with another Money Talks Monday. Big life purchases like buying a home, planning a major renovation, or even planning for a dream vacation can be exciting, but also financially overwhelming. As we wrap up Financial Literacy Month, Budget University CEO and founder Shelby Patrice joins us to give us insight on how to prepare for those big expenses with smart, sustainable money habits.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She was like, I couldn't have said it better myself. I love it. Okay, so what's the first step people should take when they know a major expense is coming up?
Prepare. But when you know what's really coming up, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, what do I do? So the first thing you want to do is you want to go somewhere where you don't have to put yourself into debt. What cash do we have? What do we have reserves that we can do that's going to cover this expense? I
have to be honest, as a young person, budgeting for a home is a little intimidating, especially in our economy. So how can someone break it down into manageable steps? And this is a legit question I need answered to me.
And that's so crazy. So I purchased my house when I was in my 20s, and my thing was I knew that's what I wanted. Make it a goal. Once you make it a goal, I treated it like when I got paid, I was like, no, this amount has to go towards my home. So what I did was that I would put $300 aside, $500 aside. Any other extra money I got, I would put that aside for it. On top of that, I enrolled in some classes. First-time homeowner classes are out there. What you need, they can help you. And a lot of people are like, but I don't have $20,000. Believe it or not, sometimes you don't need the $20,000 for a down payment. Look into that. And that's what I did to start saving money to make sure that I had it. And I just put that in a separate account.
This is a really good tip. We're going to talk more about that after this. Now, when it comes to the mortgage, what are the top 5 biggest mistakes, right? Because it's one thing to get the house, but we got to upkeep the house. And how do we make sure that we don't mess that up? So what's crazy is that there's a lot of people are going for new built homes, and I love it because you're getting incentives. Closing costs is taken care of, or you know what, you're going to get a nice gift card to a certain furniture mart. That's awesome. But what a lot of people don't understand is that when you're in a new built area that you're purchasing your house in, guess what happens? Your equity is going to sky up, and a lot of people are in escrow. And it's like, oh my gosh, I owe like $2,000 in escrow because you got all these nice restaurants that came open and these shops. So when you have an escrow shortage, you want to make sure that if that's a new built home and it's in a new area, you want to go ahead and start saving that money up. So when you're in that escrow shortage, your mortgage didn't just sky up $1,500 and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? And now our eyes are bigger than our wallets. Those taxes, Got it. Okay, so when we want to make big purchases like a home or even a nice vacation, especially when social media plays into our lives, right? We want to keep up with the Joneses, but how do we balance ambition with financial reality? So the financial reality is, do I need this? Is this a necessity? I get it. A lot of people are going for vacations because of mental health. You know, I just need my mental right, and that's totally fine. But your house, do you really need the house? Do you really want the house? Is it going to be cost efficient for you? Because you have to take into consideration, it's not like the apartment where someone else can fix it. You have to fix it, and you have to pay for those things. Big. When it comes to vacations, it's like, the vacation is going to be nice, but are we coming back and are we going to be struggling on food and bills and behind on rent and a mortgage? So that's really important that you're able to distinguish the two to make sure, is it a need or is it just for pleasure? Exactly. And I think knowing the difference is really important. That's half the battle. But we all have our dream purchases, right? And so what are some steps that we can take to make sure or ensure that we make them a reality? So I would definitely say talk to a realtor, talk to a broker. Sit down. What loans are out there right now? What are the mortgage rates going for? What are the interest rates going for? Matter of fact, what area is a good area for me? What area are you seeing decline in or incline in? Because that's really important, because a lot of these new home areas that are building up, it's like, okay, this is a nice area, but do your research on the builder. Make sure it's worth it and you're getting every dime you want for it. But the biggest thing is to sit down with a realtor, sit down with a broker, look at your budget. This is how much I'm spending. What can I do to become a homeowner that's going to make my expenses less? So I'm listening to you and I'm realizing we're talking about all of these fabulous steps to make our dream purchases happen. But I also also think a lot of us run into the hurdle of you're saving, you're doing so well, right? And then you run right into a hurdle and a rainy day comes and you need that money for something else. How can we make sure that we're budgeting smart so that we ensure that we have money for a rainy day and also for the things that we desire?
So my biggest thing is separate your accounts if you can. And a lot of people are like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a rainy day account for $1,500, make sure that's solid in there, and then go ahead and do my house. Unfortunately, if you have to pull from your house fund, you can just transfer it to your savings and then just put it right back. That's the biggest thing, but treat it as if it's a bill. I always tell people, don't start on your home account until you literally have that emergency savings fund just saved up. Whether it's your car maintenance, like you said, anything can happen, engine can blow, anything. Just make sure that you have at least $1,500 to $2,000 saved. And it's funny because a fun fact said, when I read Forbes, the average American has $4,000 saved in their account. So just make sure that you have at least something. Yeah, that's
something to lean on, if nothing else.
That you can punch.
This is great. Tell me, where can people find you?
You can find us on all platforms, Budget University.
There we go. All right. Well, Shelby has been with us all month for Financial Literacy Month, so we're so glad to have you, and just fabulous tips this month indeed.
Thank you.